everyone, I'm Linda Loveland with the North Carolina Farm Bureau. We are here in beautiful Stokes County today for our Ask a Farmer segment. I'm here with Carl Mitchell, owner of Mitchell's Meat Processing. Our question today deals with partnerships in agriculture, but before we get to that, tell us a little bit about your operation, what you have going on here.
Sure. I was raised on a tobacco farm, and over time with the loss of that industry, we switched over to beef cattle. From beef cattle, we started selling meat by quarters and halves, and then eventually by direct meat sales. I worked for the Cooperative Extension as a county extension director, learned about a processing bottleneck that we have in the state, and took a major risk and bought Mitchell's Meat Processing 4 years ago. So now we process beef along with our farm for a lot of other farmers in the area.
Wow, and right during COVID, so when all that hit, or right before COVID, so when all that hit, you saw a lot of business and a lot of growth, and that's kind of led a little bit to our question too, just talking about partnerships in agriculture, because you've had a lot of partnerships that have helped you.
Yes.
Tell us about some of those.
So, you know, my first experience as a young farmer was, you know, working in tobacco fields, and it was a community effort. Winter months, you know, our neighbors would process hogs, and we would process our own hogs, and we all had to do that together because it was a big job that needed more hands that was in a family. And then, you know, as our industry has shifted, the need for partnerships has not gone away. It looks a little bit different. So we had some neighbors move in and purchase some property next to ours, and they wanted to get into farming, and we have a strong partnership with them in that, you know, they're a couple of 20-year-old sons in the family.
Good
and
workers, right?
We got some really good workers out of
go.
them, and they're sharing our expertise with raising cattle, and they've actually bought some cows from us, and are getting into that. With the pandemic, we went from 2 weeks out on scheduling appointments when the meat wasn't available at grocery stores anymore. We went in 2 weeks' time. We went from 2 weeks out to the entire year was totally full.
Oh, wow!
So we were hit pretty hard.
In a good way, though. So
yeah, we were hit.
Yeah,
we were hit in a good way. We think of it. It was good for our business, but at the same time, I wish I could have done more for the farmers, because it was a very special time, because suddenly our entire culture realized how important farms were, and that you can, you know, your goods are actually coming from the farm, and if you know a farmer, then you have some security in being able to find food. So, you know, we went through that. Last year, our carcass cooler collapsed. So we lost a lot of carcasses. During that time, that spirit of partnership among farmers persisted and morphed itself into something new for us. Our friends, the Shipleys, up in Boone, North Carolina, had a meat processing plant that does not have the harvest portion of it yet. And they reached out to us, and it was what can we do to help? And talking to other meat processors is the same thing. Well, what can we do to help?
It's nice to have friends, isn't it?
Right. And our number one concern was taking care of our farmers. We were still able to harvest, and where we didn't have as much cooler space, they were able to take some carcasses, process them for us, and bring the meat back to us. So that helped us to keep flow through, to be able to better serve our farmers and our community.
It's a community working together, really, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. Spirit of partnership is especially strong in agriculture, but when you have people in different fields that were raised on farms, that spirit is contagious. It's been a true blessing, even though we went through a tragedy, to have that outreach from people who understand and are truly wanting to help.
Everybody lifts each other up in the ag community.
Absolutely.
I see a lot of that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, very good. Well, Carl, thanks so much for your time, and good luck. I know you've got some expansion plans.
Yes, ma'am.
Some big things coming for you at
ma'am.
Mitchell's Meat Processing. So thanks, Carl. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.